Dopamine. Dopamine now. Can you feel it now? Check it. Dopamine. dopamine. Dopamine.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am D Summers 90, and this is DTR Racing. I hope everyone is doing well. We are here this evening in Azerbaijan at the Baku Street Circuit. A very fast but twisty and technical circuit, especially in Sector 2. Where everyone loves the what's known as the castle section. Let's see, what car is this coming out? It's one of the Mercedes. And those cars seem very laggy on my side. And they are very laggy. Oh my god, what has my PC done? Right, give me 2 seconds, ladies and gents. I do apologise. Let's see if that helps. Yes. There we go. That's a little bit better. Apologies for that. So, we have J5 Gaming, who is Johnny, reserving up from Division 2 this evening in Mercedes. While he's still on his outlet, we'll have a look at the drivers. We have got Grelis after 3 wins and a P4 in Zandvoort last time out, still on top of the drivers' leaderboard, followed by Miyagi, who only needs to really get another win, and Grelis to DNF to get to the top of the leaderboard. Followed by Benny, Mira, and Evan, which makes up your top 5 on the drivers. Now, it does seem to be a little bit wet out there. It seems Johnny's coming straight back in. Is it dry enough for softs? Is that why he's coming back in? I guess Tom Putty is going to set a time on the inters, just to be on the safe side. Oh! Who is that behind him? That is Giannis, who is on the soft tyres. He had a bit of a wobble through turn 1. I don't think it's quite ready for the slick tyres just yet. So we'll go on board with Tom Putty as we go through turn 4. Then the quick turns of 5 and 6. Horrible chicane, especially if you hit that sausage curb on the inside. It will spit you out into the wall and ruin your day. No cutting of the curb from Tom Putty there. Very cleanly through the castle section. Giannis is now pushing behind as well. See what the Ferrari man can do. Of course, Tom Putty is also reserving up and has done all season, I believe. Where he can, at least. And of course, he is purple at the moment because he is the first man going around. So what can Tom Putty do? He's open the DRS, so it is dry enough for the DRS. And Giannis beats him by 8 tenths, and then Benny just straight in with a 48. Benny is not messing around today. Bogrovsky's coming across. It's a 152. D-Rush goes ahead of him. Oh, who did I just miss? That was Grelis with a 149. I do apologise. I've got the hiccups and burps all at the same time. So we've got Brother Adam in the Kicks Albert. Now pushing hard down this straight. Is he going to finish his lap? He is. See where he can put it. Up into P6, a 151.041. And there is an Alpine, and that is Mirror doing a 149.0. Now, who is further ahead? Is it Skipper or Miyagi? It is Skipper, so go on with him. Actually, we've got little Mikey coming through the fast S section. Ooh. And Mikey comes into the pits. So we will go on with Skipper. It does seem that the track is on a awkward knife edge between wet and dry right now. Oh, almost into the wall from Skipper. Well held though. Kept his foot in. Where does this lap put Skipper? Up into P6 ahead of his teammate D-Rush. And Miyagi comes across the line, puts it on P3, a 149.5. Now, who is further ahead? Will be Johnny this time round. He's back out on the inters. I thought he was going to swap over to the softs. I've just noticed Benny went around again, I believe, and has just put in a 48.6. No? Or am I just being stupid? Johnny goes P6 with a 150.3. Let us see. I believe it is Master Ranger who is next up. Very close to the outside wall going through Castle there. It's not a wall you want to touch unless you want to cosplay Leclerc. To be fair, in recent years, you don't want to be Leclerc, Sergio Perez, or Oscar Piastri for that matter, around this track. Grelis with a 148.6. Only 15 thousandths ahead of Benny to take provisional pole. Master Ranger goes up into P11. Let's see. Stewart is coming down the straight now. Benny Buno crosses with a 152. Next along should be Stewart's. He goes up to P5 with a 149.8. So there are only two drivers who have not set times as of yet. And that's Little Mikey on the soft tyres, probably regretting his life choices. And Kavolis is in the pits. I don't know whether he is serving a quali ban or if he just did not... Oh, no, he just did not want to be out on circuit, I guess. Now, is Mikey going to be going for it now? He has got the DRS open, so let's hope he can put a lap together for his own sanity at this point. And into the wall, loses the end plate on his front wing. Oh, you absolute plonker. Giannis has just started a fresh lap. Benny goes fastest with a 1:48.320. Either he has just put his foot down and said, no, Grellis, I'm having pole this time, or the track is starting to dry out. And of course, with the drivers putting the rubber down, the evolution of this track will get better, but it is notoriously slippery around this circuit. Take a little bit of the curb on the inside of, I believe that is 15. That's what you want to do. Someone has already taken the bollard that's meant to be sat on that corner. Don't know who did that, but doesn't matter too much. Where does Mikey put himself? 1:52.2. Let's go on with Kavolis, who has started his flying lap. He is on the inters. Let's have a look at what people are currently looking at, tyre-wise. So just under 6 minutes left, and Kavolis slides it through Castle. I'm not sure that's going to gain him any time, but it prevented him from taking the wheel off on the wall, so... I say that, and then he hits that one. We have got Mirror right behind Kavolis on a lap. Will Kavolis set a time just to make sure that he is on the board? Or is he going to go into the pits? Looks like he's going to complete the lap. Puts himself up into P4. Where does Mirror go? Mirror goes pole with a 1:48.2. Great lap from the Alpine driver. Is Mikey coming into the pits? Yes, he is. Let's go on with Bogorovsky and see what he can do. Of course, if you're interested in joining the league, there is a link down below for the Discord. Join the Discord and sign up. Up to P8 for Bogorovsky, a 49.9. Not a bad lap, considering he doesn't like this track as much as some people. Skipper has just started a lap. Is Miyagi on a lap? He is. He is going fast. And he puts himself pole. Now is the time where we will see the drivers putting in times that drop like a stone. because I believe everyone is now coming out on the soft tyres. The only one who's not on them yet, who is sat in the pits. Oh, someone lost an end plate. That was Miyagi. And D-Rush has crashed. D-Rush crashed in turn 3. He's Strulovic'd. Yep, so Benny is now coming out on the softs as well. I'm expecting Grelis. There it is. He will be out to do his outlap as soon as possible. I wonder if Kavolis is going to come out on the softs as well to match the rest of the field. Barry Bogorovsky puts himself on pole at a track he's not very confident at. Of course, he will likely be jumped by Benny and Grelis if Grelis decides to get out on track now. So we have got J5 Gaming coming through the fast S's. Down onto the start-finish straight. Opens the DRS. How fast can he be? He puts himself on pole with a 1:44.3. An amazing lap from J5 Gaming considering the conditions out there. Benny has just started himself a lap and someone just lost an end plate. That was the Ferrari ahead. I believe that... Yep, it was... Not a Ferrari, it was an Alpine. That was Mirror who lost the right end plate by the look of things. No? I'm just going insane, apparently. Benny Buno coming across the line now. He goes pole with a 1:43.9. Who is next across the line? So that is... We'll go on with Benny for him. Oh, no, it's Bogorovsky even. 1:44.9 from Bogorovsky there. Stewart coming through the fast S's now. As Havoc Connor's going in to turns 1 and 2. 41.2 for the Scotsman. Where does Guna put himself? Or has he just started a lap? Or was that Tom Putty? It was Tom Putty. I believe he improved, but not by much. Let us see. This is Benny coming across the line. He goes P2. A 41.4. And that is qualifying done. So this is your last chance to get your laps in. Mars Ranger now. He wants to improve by 10 seconds. At least. Up to P3, a 42.0. Very respectable lap there. Benny Buno now coming across the line. He goes pole with a 700ths ahead of Stewart. Let's see. It is now Giannis coming down the start-finish straight. 40.7. The times just keep on coming down. Where is Grelis? Havoc Connor, 40.4. Guna put himself up into third. Grelis is now pole with a 39.4. The only man in the 39s after Guna put himself in third to be knocked down to fourth. Tom Putty puts himself into P10. We are now just waiting for Stuart and Skipper to finish up their runs. I think both of them have finished their fast laps. They will be just coming round and going into the pits. There goes Stuart, straight into the wall, giving his engineers something to deal with. As is Skipper, as he is missing the end plate on his Haas. It's unfortunate for D-Rush, because I know he can actually be relatively quick when he wants to be. But to crash out while it was still raining is an unfortunate situation. So we have a Red Bull front row for you this evening. Now, is Havoc Connor going to do his absolute damnedest to help his teammate by slowing down the rest of the pack? Or is he going to be the funny ha-ha teammate and attempt to win this race? We will have to wait and see. So there you have it, folks. That is Grelis on P1, Havoc Connor P2, Giannis P3, Guna P4, Benny Bruno P5, Little Mikey P6, TGL Stewart P7, M Benny P8, Mars Ranger P9, Tom Putty P10. Couple of the faster drivers missed out by the look of it. The likes of Kavolis, Mira, and Miyagi all missed out on a final run to go as fast as they possibly could. Potentially mistimed, except for those who were out on inters. But it does look like it is going to be a dry race. Now, if I remember correctly, it is 26 laps around this Baku circuit. Now, if you are feeling extremely brave, you can do a Kimi Antonelli at Vegas and start on the softs and make them last as long as you humanly possibly can, and then go on to the hards and run the hards as long as possible, making it a one-stop. Or you could be more feasible, do a medium hard. The tyre wear around here can be hit or miss, depending on your driving style. Some drivers may have to do a two-stop, because the rear tyres do like to slide, they do like to burn up and grain very quickly. But we are likely to see a lot of people in the pits purely for the fact that they've hit a wall and lost an end plate. The only part of the track where the walls aren't so close is down the start-finish straight and the straight between turns 2 and 3. But then after that, the walls get very, very close until you get onto this straight. So now we have Grelis taking us around on the formation lap. He ghosted through the corner there. Great to see the game works. Good job, Cody's. So let's see what the drivers are starting on. So we have both Red Bulls on the medium tyre to start. Then we have Giannis on the hards. Guna down to Benny on the mediums. Masked Ranger doing his usual. We're starting on the softs. Is he going to try and Kimi Antonelli this race? He will need to keep himself out of trouble to make it work. Tom Putty is on the hards. Bogorovsky and Johnny are both on medium tyres. Skipper on the hards. Miyagi on the mediums. Mirror on the hards. Kavolis on the mediums. And the two rear end cars are both on the hard tyres. Now, personally, I feel the hard tyres feel good round here. But I know a couple of drivers who say the tyres feel like complete... Well, I'm not going to explead. But there are drivers who do not like the hard tyres around this track. I feel they work well, but then again, that's me. I am on pad and have a different driving style. And here come the Red Bulls to line up on their grid boxes. Are they both going to line it up properly? Or are they going to miss their boxes this time? It looks good so far. We will go on board with Giannis since he is in P3. D-Rush missed his box. The only one. 3 red lights. 4, 5. Now they go and away we go for Baku. Giannis got amazing traction off the start. Oh, and that was Stewart straight into the back of Giannis. Stewart back to his old antics of touching people when they haven't asked. Benny gets himself past Benny Buno. But Benny Buno fights it back around turn 3. Doesn't have the traction. A bit of wobble from the McLaren. And I've just noticed Havoc Connor decided to take it to Grelis. He did not want to help hold up the rest of the grid. Maybe Grelis is going to do it instead. And let Havoc Connor actually get some decent finishing points. It's already a second and a half and I know Grelis is quick. We all know Grelis is quick. So this is evidently a Red Bull tactic to give Havoc Connor the best opportunity he can have. So we now have a... Oh! Stewart straight on at turn 15. What a plonker. Does he have damage to his car? Did he hit a wall? Give me a different camera. Yes, he does. He's missing his left end plate, but that was probably from the contact with Giannis earlier on. Guna now going for a move on Grelis into P1. Thinks about it, but doesn't take it. And there is a VSC. What is this for? What has happened? I think Brother Adam got into a bit of a tussle with another car. And it caused him damage and a VSC. Now remember, lads, you don't want the drive-through. Keep an eye on your deltas. Because a drive-through here will ruin your race. As you can see on the screen, we've got the waved yellows all the way around the circuit at this moment in time. But as soon as they go green, you need to be on your game. This is a good time for Grelis to actually back up the pack, and there we go, we have gone green. Gunnar really wants to get past Grelis. He knows what the plan is. He knows what they are doing. So he knows he wants to get past Grelis as soon as humanly possible, just so that he can catch up to Connor, who is now 2.4 seconds ahead. Grelis is playing an amazing team game right now. As Gunnar had a look, but he still couldn't get it done with DRS and ERS. Maybe his wings are higher than Grelis's. Let's have a little look further back. The back of this queue is embedding. Oh no, it's now extended back to Mars Ranger. Look at the snake of cars. There is a gap back to Kavolis. Tom Putty is there as well. Miyagi has just got himself past Barry Bobrovsky, followed by Mirror, J5 Gaming, Skipper, D-Rush, Brother Adam, and Stewart. But these two are going to be fighting each other. If they fight, they're going to lose even more time. They're going to want to just DRS train. Don't fight, you blonkers. You want to catch up to the rest of them. But back up at the front, Havoc Connor is having the drive of his life right now, being aided massively by Grelis. Now this is when Gunnar is going to be even more desperate. The more time he spends behind Grelis, the more time they lose to Havoc Connor. This is a great camera angle. Thank you, EA, for adding this in. And Gunnar is going for it. Goes up the inside and makes the move done before the braking zone. Almost causes Grelis to go into the back of him, though. And little Mikey's round. That was at turn 1. It's all going on now. And it is a VSC again. Now the drivers are keeping an eye on their deltas. No one wants that drive-through. The only driver to get a penalty at this moment in time is Little Mikey for that collision with Ben Boomer at turn 1. Oh, Connor. Havoc Connor gets himself a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC. He is going to be kicking himself. And probably his PC out of the window. But now would be the time for him to put his foot down, try and get a gap as big as he possibly can for the next 3 laps. Unless he wants to serve the drive-through as soon as possible, get it done and dusted. As he does, he is going to serve his drive-through now, which hands Gunnar P1. That is absolute heartbreak for the Red Bull team. Havoc Connor was doing so well out in front. Just couldn't pay attention to the numbers when they drop in the castle section. Little Mikey gets another 10-second penalty for speeding into pit lane when he's coming in to serve a 10-second penalty. And unbeknownst to me, Benny has made his way up into P3. So we have got two of the three main protagonists in this driver's fight for the season in the top three at this moment in time. And I think Benny just hit the back of Relis. Unless my eyes are just way too tired. But now this is Guna's to lose. Because that drive-through has absolutely screwed Connor. It has put him back into P14. Now Grelis will want to push to try and get himself past Guna so that he can try and extend away from the other drivers. But Benny will not want to let go of Grelis. He will stay with him. Grelis goes for the move down the inside. Mirror sets the new fastest lap of a 1:44.1. On the hard tyres as well. He's not even on the softer compact. As Giannis and Miyagi switch places by the look of things. And Giannis lets Miyagi go because Miyagi is the man P2 in the drivers. And now there's a gap starting to form between Guna and Grelis. Benny knows what is going on. He understands the assignment. He will want to get past Guna as soon as humanly possible. How well can he stay with him through the castle section? To be fair, he did not lose too much time there. He actually gained it on the exit as well. Oh, very, very aggressively over the sausage curb there from the McLaren driver. Probably trying to avoid the rear end of Guna. I think he's got the move done before his DRS was even open. And Miyagi is now pushing to come alongside, but he can't quite make it. As Guna has come into the pits. Let's have a look and see the stops. So, currently only, 7 drivers have stopped? And they've stopped relatively early as well. Of course, Mikey stopped to try and clear a 10-second penalty and got another one for speeding, so... Give me a different camera angle, although this is a good view of the back of the McLaren, seeing what lines he takes compared to the racing ball. Let us have a look. This is still the closest fight on track at this moment in time. Although it would seem, my apologies, it would seem that Johnny is cashing up to the back of Connor as well. Miyagi gets the move done on Benny long before the braking zone. Grelis is tagged out at this point. At this point, he's just going through the motions. Mirror gets himself past Benny as well. Was there a mistake from Benny that I completely missed because I was too busy yammering about Grelis? Guna gets himself past D-Rush. What's happened to Havoc Connor? He is dropping back like a stone. He has lost a front left end plate. That is not good for the Red Bull driver. His day has gone from bad to worse. It's not even been 10 laps yet. So, Grelis is 2.5 seconds ahead of Miyagi, who is in turn 2.5 seconds ahead of Giannis. So Giannis, Mirror, Benny, Kavolis, Tom Putty and Benny Buno are the closest cars to each other on the track right at this moment. Benny seems to be having real trouble. He's lost a substantial amount of his front wing. I think it's about time for the McLaren man to come into the pits. Kavolis pushing him through the S section. Give the man a chance, Kavolis. Jeez. As Mirror gets himself past Giannis. Benny comes into the pits to get that wing fixed. So now things have spread out yet again. The closest fight is this trio right here of Kavolis, Benny Buno and Tom Putty at this moment in time. Time to take a sip of drink so I don't choke on whatever's in my throat. The Mars Ranger gets himself past Skipper. The Aston Martin gradually making his way up through the field. He might have a bit more of an issue getting himself past Stewart. But he will have to catch up to the back of the Williams first before we see any of that action. Let's go back to the fight for P5. Benny Buno is in the most advantageous position to get a move done. He is the only, well, I was going to say only driver this close. Barry Bogorowski is near enough kissing the exhaust pipe of the Kick Sauber ahead of him. Will there be a move made by Benny Buno? No, he's coming into the pits. He's going for the undercut. It might be a smart move from the Mercedes driver to get himself ahead of Kavolis. So now this means that Skipper is the closest driver to anyone else as Guna slaps the wall. Benny comes out of the pits into P14 ahead of his teammate. Let's see what the drivers are doing tyre-wise. Almost everyone is on hards, and everyone barring the top 6 have pitted. Now Stewart has caught up to the back of Tom Putty, and Tom Putty is still with Kavolis. Now, is the Williams driver in front helping the Williams driver behind by pushing the Ferrari back into it? Is he intentionally slowing so that Stewart can get the move done? Oh, Stewart bounces off the wall on the outside of the S's there. That was a big hit. He was very lucky not to take a wheel off there, as Kavolis comes into the pits, as does Grelis and Miyagi. There is Grelis in the background coming out in P7. Benny setting the fastest lap of a 1:42 something. I missed it. I do apologize. Where is it? 1:42.7. As Master Ranger has got himself past Tom Putty. Master Ranger sees the back of the Williams ahead of him, and that, he says, is my target. Although, I think the overlay is bugged now. There we go. Fixed it. Now, is Master Ranger going to be able to get the move done down the long back straight? I say back straight, start-finish straight. That looked to be a warning for Tom Putty. He went very wide through the left-hander behind these two. And is now going to be passed by his teammate Guna, more than likely. Master Ranger is right there with Stewart. He doesn't have the pace, though. And Guna has got himself past Tom Putty and is right up behind Grelis now. Oh, that was a very deep moment from Tom Putty. I do apologise. Master Ranger is seeing himself in P3. Of course, I don't believe either of these two have stopped. Actually, no, they have both stopped. But Master Ranger is on the much fresher hard tyre. 5 laps fresher. But then again, Grelis is 5 laps fresher than him. Stewart might struggle, and I believe that was the Ferrari of Guna hitting the wall in the back. We're going to get a lot of that around here, especially as the tyres decide to degrade. Miyagi gets himself past Tom Putty in the castle section. He is not sitting back. He is now on the push to catch up to the cars ahead. Now, I believe Mira has not pitted. So, only 2 drivers have not pitted as of yet. They are Mira and Tom Putty. And they are both on old hards at this point. As Grelis gets himself past Master Ranger, who also got himself past Stewart as well. So Stewart loses 2 positions in 1 corner. But at this point, Mira is 8 seconds ahead of this little pack here. But he does have to pit. So he's 8 seconds ahead now. But let's see, he will be behind them by about 18 seconds if his pit stop goes perfectly. So where would that be? It would be It will put him down to P6 or thereabouts. Actually, no, sorry. It would put him down to around P12. Let's have a look at the position changes. Mirror up 14, but still needs to pit. Masked Ranger up 6. Miyagi up 8. And Havoc Connor and Lil Mikey, respectively, almost down 30 places between them. Dear oh dear, lads. As Stuart comes into the pits for the second time. And Miyagi gets himself the fastest lap. 1:42.569. He is right on the back of Masked Ranger, who has 3 seconds ahead of him to Grellis. Over the course of 2 laps, Grellis has pulled out a 3.5 second gap. Miyagi, beautiful move around the outside of turn 5. Very risky around there. We saw that Oscar Piastri does his best bottle impression around that corner in a very similar position, but usually on lap 1. So Miyagi is now looking to push and catch up to Grellis. We have Benny Buno, who is probably one of the closer drivers, but we also have Stuart right behind Barry Bogrovsky through the castle section. He is now on fresh hard tyres by the look of it. Yep, fresh hards. Oh, too wide through there is never fun, especially at these speeds. A little bit of argy-bargy, and they go too wide through 15. That's insanity. Stuart, patience, man. Calm down. You had a DRS zone coming up. You could have just waited. And now, Bogorovsky's going to have the DRS on you. And Mirror has come into the pits finally. Is Bogorovsky going to be able to get a move done? No, he's not. His tyres are just too old at this point. Let's see what is going on with Benny Buno and Benny. Both cars powered by Mercedes engines. But we all know one car is far superior to the other in real life, at least. And that's why we run on equal performance, so the car doesn't play it. We now have Giannis closing up on the rear of Tom Putty as well. Is he going to be smarter than the Williams that is now chasing him down? Is he going to wait and get the pass done under the DRS? It looks like Guna might have made a mistake, because now Benny is right up the backside of it. Benny takes the inside line, gets the move done before the DRS even opens. Benny Buno also makes the move on Guna as well. Makes it stick. Although they are a little bit side by side, lock up from M. Benny there. Fastest lap from Stuart, a 1:42.483. Tom Putty into the pits. So he's planning to do just 10 laps on the medium tyres, if he has put the medium tyre on, which he has. Is Benny Buno going to get a move done? Oh my word. Benny is locking up in a lot of these corners now. As Crofty likes to say, or Brundle even, his tyres are going to be like a 50p piece. It's not going to help his degradation, especially around this track. But he has started to pull out a gap, which has then evaporated around this section. So it seems Benny Buno has a lower wing setter, purely for the fact that he is a lot faster in the straights. He made up a lot of time, and Mirror putting in the fastest lap on the medium tyres, a 42.1. Good job from you. Masked Ranger and Guna both into the pits. There is now 11 seconds of air ahead of Benny to the back of Miyagi. Meanwhile, Miyagi is still 2 seconds behind Grelis. Now Mirror has become the third wheel in this trio. We also have a secondary trio of Janice, Stewart and Johnny. Tom Putty gets himself ahead of Havoc Connor. And the Kick Salbers are bringing up the rear. And little Mikey is getting very, very close to being lapped by the front runners of Grelis and Miyagi. You can see him in the distance there. And that's him going into turn 1 now. It looks like Mirror is absolutely storming right now. Is he going to pull out for a move on Benny? No, Benny moved to the inside to defend. Oh! Mirror almost goes into the wall, went very deep into turn 1. And Benny Buno gets past Benny after a slide in turn 2. Good racing, lads, for not hitting each other. I know it's rather difficult. Jesus Christ, Guna, that is not how you get back to the racing line. Skipper has come into the pits. Brother Adam has got himself a 3-second time penalty. Here's the first 4 track limits. It's very difficult to do around here, but it can be done. Oh, we have the Haas of Skipper stuck. Oh, that's not a good place to park. Oh, Skipper. Grelis just happily going down into turn 1. Luckily, nowhere near that absolute craziness of a rejoin from Skipper. I mean, it's not like you can't see the luminescent green Kick Sauber heading towards you between turns 1 and 2. And Benny and Giannis both pit. I would have thought Benny would have been one of the drivers to do a 1-stop around. But this has promoted Johnny up into P7. His first time racing in Division 1 this season. Miyagi is getting ever closer to Grelis now. Is Grelis starting to struggle on these tyres? Grelis' only saving grace is the fact that Mikey is in front of him now and gives him the DRS. Mikey does the right thing and gets out of the way under the blue flags. It's unfortunate for Miyagi because he couldn't get the move done on Grelis, but that's what happens when the front two break away and start lapping the guys at the back. Miyagi had to think about it going into turn 4. Probably the wise move not to go for it. We have seen in real life what happens when people try to go for a move into turn 4. It doesn't end well. Don't attempt it in the game, especially if you want to make it to the end of the race. Tom Putty has just got himself past Cavolis, I believe. And he did that with the aid of DRS into turn 3. Let us have a look-see. Will Miyagi be able to get the move done on Grelis into turn 1 this time around? Yes, nicely done, nice and easy, nice and early. We are now in the final 6 laps. We have Giannis pretty much pushing Cavolis through the castle section. Oh my word. And that is a VSC. Giannis, need you to learn a little bit more patience. But it was clear to see you were the faster driver. But, you know, there's only really 2 overtaking points on this track. So even if they are slower than you, take your time. You'll get the pass done. You'll catch the car ahead of them because you're faster. You'll be fine. So, Cavolis comes into the pits to fix his broken front wing after being punted into the wall. Havoc Connor also into the pits to put on a fresh set of tyres. Let's see what he has put on. He has put on the mediums because he does not trust the softs to go 5 laps. So, who is going to get a drive through this time around? And that is a drive through for Miyagi. And I believe also Brother Adam. No, it was just Miyagi. You absolute plank. Just take solace in the fact that you're not the first person to get a drive through this race, Miyagi. It's fine. Little Mikey into the pits. Now, Grelis is a calculating driver. he will know that he does not need to pass Miyagi now. He just needs to wait for him to go into the pits to serve his drive-through. So he will sit behind until that happens. And the fact is that they are 17 seconds ahead of P3. As Skipper goes into the pits and comes out, and immediately has to relinquish position under blue flags. Yeah, we can see it now. Grelis is just dropping back. He's now able to relax. As we've got Benny on the back of Guna, and we've got Johnny on the back of Giannis. And I believe that was Kavolis passing Havoc Connor. And Havoc Connor, I believe, just hit the inside of turn 3. He has lost his end plate yet again. We will come away from that because I don't want to make the Barnsley lad cry. And even Benny's hitting the walls now. He has lost his right end plate as well. Oh, it's all going wrong for certain drivers this evening. Is Miyagi going to serve his drive-through? He is not. He's almost halfway around the circuit already. He needs to come in at the end of this lap, otherwise he will be disqualified. And Mikey has binned it. And it is a full course safety car. Safety car is out. Brother Adam, you're under the safety car. That's another 3-second time penalty. It's just unnecessary, sir. But this is a great opportunity for Miyagi. Because of the amount of gap between himself and Grelis and Mirror, I believe if he actually he won't be able to serve his drive-through. He might be able to serve it. We'll stay on board with him and see what happens. As Grelis is also into the pits. This allows Brother Adam to unlap himself. Okay, so Miyagi has not served a drive-through, but he has put on soft tyres for the end of this race. Is he just going to take the 20-second time penalty? Of course, the safety car will be in at the end of this lap. We need 2 racing laps. I completely forgot about that. So now the top 3 are the only ones honestly in with a big shout of getting the podium. Stewart is 20 seconds behind but has to catch up. I have a feeling Miyagi should have served his drive-through. I'm not quite certain what it's going to do at the end of this race. Oh, he just tagged the safety car on my screen. It might be lagging on his though. It did that to me at Zandvoort. So, as we get to the bottom of the hill here, it should say safety car in this lap. And then it will be up to Miyagi to slow down. And there is Stewart. Stewart has caught up. There we go, safety car in this lap. So we'll go on board with Grelis. Once the safety car gets to the pit lane, I will go on board with him. Go. So it's down to Miyagi now to see where he will kickstart this. And there he goes. And he goes into service drive-through. He is going to drop like a stone on this field now. I mean, no, he didn't ignore his drive-through. He was serving it. Okay. Stewart gets himself past the Alpine mirror into turn 3. Great move. Benny Buno is now fighting the Alpine. Oh my word. That was a lot of contact through turn 4. 3 wide into the Piastri corner. That was a bold move, to say the least. Oh, the drivers have gone crazy at the back. Benny had slowed down significantly. Oh, it's all going on the last 2 laps. Oh, Masked Ranger, that was stupid. Oh. Well, I can send that footage to the stewards. Poor skipper. Grelis sets the fastest time of a 1:40.8, I believe that was. 1:40.9. Now Giannis is chasing down Johnny, who is in P4. He never expected to be here tonight, as it seems Guna and Benny concertinaed into the back of him. Mirror has retired from the race in the pits. Giannis managed to get himself past Johnny. Will Guna and Benny also pass? And Kavolis has joined the party as well. But right now we will go on with Grelis, as he is now on the final S section, onto the final kink, onto the start finish straight for the last time. It's another P1 finish for the Red Bull driver, followed by the Williams of Stewart and the Mercedes of Benny Buno. Well done, lads, on the podium. We've got Janice, Johnny, Benny, Guna and Kavolis all finishing within a crazy amount of time to each other. Masked Ranger is probably going to drop even further than he is at the moment, as we've got Tom Putty and Barry Bogorowski passing him. Havoc Connor passed him as well. D-Rush also passed him. The only driver who will not is Brother Adam, and he just seems to be having fun dismantling his car in the castle section at this moment in time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that was a strange Baku, for me at least, because for long periods of time it seemed that there was nothing going on, and everything happened in the last 5-6 laps. There we go, finally. So congratulations to Grelis, Stewart and Benny Buno for the podium. Yeah, you're not wrong, Johnny. That someone's going to have to talk to Masked Ranger about patience. Again. But there you have it. Race winner and fastest lap for Grelis. Driver of the day and the most overtakes for Stewart. And cleanest driver, I never thought I would ever say this, for Johnny. But there you have it. So, let us head over to our end screen here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. You have been silent up until Johnny started talking in the chat. But if you do wish to join the absolute chaos that is DTR at Baku next season, or even join for the rest of the races in this season, use the link down below in the description box. Join the Discord, sign up. DTR will be back for Division 2 tomorrow, 8 PM UK. And I will be back with Division 1 next Wednesday, 8 PM. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Good night.